And welcome back to Sports Weekly on IEMG. I'm your host, Pep Fernandez. We're putting a bow on the high school basketball season. It came to a close. Our local team that went the furthest in the CIF Southern Section playoffs was the San Gorgonio boys basketball team under first-year head coach Dalton Martin. In fact, they went further this year than they had in years. They made it all the way to the semifinals in Division 5A, coming up short on the road against a very good Santa Paula team in the semifinals. But it was a great playoff run. In fact, it even included, that was their final home victory in the playoffs against Desert Chapel, and that was a battle. But Sanji even got a state playoff game. They came up a little bit short on the road against Garfield, but when it's all said and done, they're going to look back on the season, and it was a huge success. Again, for first-year head coach Dalton Martin. No one expected the Spartans to go so deep into the playoffs. There was their playoff game against Santa Paula in the semifinals where they came up with just a little bit short. But again, good enough to get a state berth. And so a couple playoff wins, a spot in the state playoffs. Any way you slice it, it was an awesome year for San Gorgonio boys basketball. And for head coach Dalton Martin in his first year, I mean, Coach Martin was very pleased with the results, and he's excited about what the future looks like now for the program at San G. Here is Coach Dalton Martin.
I'm somewhat surprised, however, but I wasn't fully surprised because I knew that if I implemented the fundamental game to this team that had talent there, I knew that we could be successful. So, yeah, surprised, but pleasantly surprised, but not really surprised because I knew that if we did the work and the kids had the desire, like I said earlier, we would be successful. And this is an exciting part of the year. I mentioned it earlier. I got the team 2 weeks before school started. That was early August. We didn't really have a chance to really do our fundamental training. We didn't have to do conditioning, strength. We didn't have a time to really do that. This summer, right now in the off season, we're going to go right to conditioning, skill development, weightlifting. We're going to be in the weight room. We're going to be stronger, faster, better next year. So I'm really, really excited. And in the recruiting process as well. I mean, I get a chance to build the team even more. We have our foundation. Now I can build on that. So I'm looking forward to doing that. That's going to be awesome. I think this gym has been is filled better this year than I've seen as an educator being there going to the games.
Yeah.
I always supported the team, and just to see our gym full and have the exciting games that we're having with the crowd, just you can hear the crowd cheering and the support we're getting and the recognition we're getting. I really think next year's going to be a blowout. It's going to be a breakout year. We are rebuilding. We lost 6 seniors, but I think it's going to be one of those successful rebuilding years where we just pick up where we left off. And with the fundamental training that we're giving them, I was going at the fundamentals. I believe that the kids are going to be something special next year too, and the crowd's going to love it as well. We have 5 players coming back. We have sophomores, and we have one junior, and then we have a freshman guard, Vincent Warsaw, that will be coming back next year. We're planning to build upon that. Like I said, having some additions come in. I'm really excited because this is a chance for me to really recreate. This is one of the things I love about coaching is that you can take and make the best of what you have. That's the art of coaching, I believe. That's what makes the best coaches.
Congratulations to Coach Martin and the guys. Can't wait to see them soon, probably in Summer League basketball, including that big one at California Baptist University for high school hoops. All right, moving on, let's talk some high school softball. And 2 of the best teams in the area and in the entire southern section are right here in San Bernardino. We're talking about Cajon, who is your reigning D5 champions from a year ago, and the Aquinas Falcons. Both had big weekends and both off to great starts this year. Let's give you a quick update. And we'll start with Cajon. And here's one of the great power hitters in our area, Mercedes Alba, going deep at the Ontario Christian Tournament. Cajon picked up some big wins against Northview and Colony, but they did lose their first game of the season to Whittier Christian, their first loss of the year, but a strong start for Cajon as they've already beaten some really good teams on the season. All right, so that's Cajon. Now let's catch up with the Aquinas Falcons. They were playing on the road at the Colorado River Invitational in Needles. Big tournament out there near the state border. And Aquinas going 5-0 at the tournament. They outscored their opponents 59-0, and they played some really good teams from the states of Nevada and Arizona. So the Falcons moved to 11-1 overall on the season. They'll play a league game coming up this week and then more tournament action coming up. But going 5-0 and not giving up a single run and scoring nearly 60 runs in 5 games. That's pretty impressive by the Aquinas Falcons softball team. And finally, here on Sports Weekly, we've got a new league to tell you about. You know, remember last year in football, we have the new Ironwood League. Well, how about some swimming? We have the new San Joaquin League. And the Aquinas boys and girls are part of the San Joaquin League. So the old Ambassador League is gone for swim at least. And the new San Joaquin League has some new teams, including the Webb Schools in Claremont. And this is where their first league meet took place. The Webb Schools first league meet. On the boys' side, Webb won the league meet title. And on the girls' side, it was Arrowhead Christian. But just wanted to tell you about the new San Joaquin League for boys and girls swimming for the Aquinas Falcons. And they were both middle of the pack in this league meet, but we've got several more to go this coming season. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of Sports Weekly on IEMG. Make sure you subscribe to the IE Media Group YouTube channel. My name is Pep Fernandez, and we will see you next time.